Welcome back to Bullshit Creepypasta Storytime, where there's a topic that I've been avoiding like the plague. Just because I've always kind of thought it was a little stupid, and that's Tales doll. I mean, who thinks dolls are scary? Answer, whoever wrote Sonic.exe, obviously. But I hold Tales doll to a higher regard. Mostly because it has nothing to do with individuals named Tom, but nonetheless, a higher regard. And so today, we'll be taking this terror on head first. Today, we'll be reading A Close Encounter with the Tales doll. One late afternoon, I invited some of my friends to play Sonic R, meaning this story is already unbelievable. You have Sonic R, friends, and you all want to play the game? None of those things go together, Author Kun. But as we turned on the Sega Saturn, which you totally owned, we were excited for our racing tournament, because we're setting the quality bar for racers really low in this story. As we were at the character select screen, I chose Tales doll for humor. You know, the kind of humor that isn't actually humorous. Most of my friends were laughing. I hate them. As they chose Metal Sonic, Metal Knuckles, Mecha Eggman, and Super Sonic. So far, no one in the story has any grasp on humor. Later, though, I won all the races, since I am expert at this game. Not spelling so much, but I am expert. We realized time flew by, so my friends left, as would I if I saw time literally fly past me. I still felt like playing video games, though, so I inserted my Sonic and Sega All-Stars Racing disc into my PlayStation 3. Me and my friends played a few races online, and a message popped up on my screen coming from a user called Tales doll. I opened it, setting off a stupid story flag in the process, and it said, "Thank you." For what? I sent him a message back to this user. Tales doll then sent another message saying, "You won first place with the Tales doll. I was watching you." I got freaked out for a second. Who would want to watch someone else play Sonic R? It just didn't add up. But I was freaked out for a second, thinking that someone was watching over us as we were playing Sonic R. Another message from Tales doll saying, "Can you feel the sunshine?" and sent me a friend request, but I didn't accept it because I don't even know who this guy is. So I sent all my friends a message saying, "Did you see anybody watching us? Because I got a message from a user called Tales doll saying he watched me win first place with Tales doll." My friends sent back messages saying they don't know, with a stupid face. I searched this Tales doll profile, but it said the profile doesn't exist. I immediately turned off the PlayStation 3 and used my laptop computer to go to the PSN forums. I made a thread, and since we have some bad text wrapping here and a space between this, the next sentence starts with, "About my message encounter with the Tales doll." Users were replying. They also reported getting messages after playing Sonic R with Tales doll. Why do all you people own Sonic R and play it? Maybe this wouldn't happen if you played a better game. But an administrator deleted the thread, calling it nonsense. Finally, someone with some common sense. Finally, it was 10 p.m. though, so I went to the bedroom, turned off the lights, and slept. When I woke up the next morning, I found a little paper saying, "Dear Richard, I am going to kill your friends to show them that they are fools." He has a point, Richard. Also, you gave me your name, which is sad for you, but sincerely, the doll. There were little blood stain. Sure. Where the doll was red. Okay. Spelling. I freaked out though, and I threw it in the trash and had a 1,000-mile stare until I got to school. I ran inside the class, and since that unfortunate text wrapping issue happened again, the next sentence starts as ass room, and screamed to my friends that they will be killed. Something you should probably not yell to your friends at school or in general, really. The teacher thought I was the class clown that didn't comprehend what funny was, and I punished me with lunch detention for today. Well, I'm glad you're hard on yourself. You work on the spelling, though. At lunch detention, one of my peers said that they heard of the Tails doll after I told them my encounter with it. What made me get chills in my spine is that he told me I'm the Tails doll vessel. Sure you are. Meaning that I pleased the Tails doll by playing as him in Sonic R. The moment after he said that, the fire alarm rang, and we evacuated the school. Smoke was coming from the 3rd floor, and it was a real fire, as opposed to those fake fires that always set off the fire alarms. It was coming from my classroom. I came home early due to the fire. I told my parents about the fire, but not about the Tails doll. My father told me that my uncle and cousins are coming. Luckily, my uncle was a retired veteran, so I might have some protection from the Tails doll for now. Assuming he was a veteran of fighting dolls. But a few hours later, I told my cousins the entire story, because why not scar them for life? And they didn't believe me, saying it was a good scary story, but this is reality. And in reality, they were lying, because it's not actually scary. Suddenly, my cell phone was ringing, and it was my friend saying he was having a party. I got next sentence, mission from my parents, and I headed off to my friend's house. As I got there, we had a great time fooling around. Alright. Eating like hell, and watching fights of drunk men. I'm sorry, what the fuck were you doing? After a while, though, the doorbell rang. The music was so loud we couldn't hear it, so the doorbell rang continuously until I noticed the sounds and opened it. It was my older brother, so he joined the party. That's what we're gonna call it. I had a sleepover, though, at my friend's house since it was too late to go home. Those are the rules, apparently. I woke up at 5 a.m. that morning and found a doll that looks like the Tails doll from Sonic R. Since I find no interest in dolls, I gave it to my little sister when I got home. Sure hope she doesn't combust into flames, but my guard was down, thinking that the doll conspiracy was finally over, despite the fact that you got a Tails doll earlier, like just a sentence ago. But it's all over. I read my dad's newspaper, and I jumped out of my chair when I saw the headline. It read, "Fire started in Eisenhower Middle School by unknown entity, 3 injured." The unknown entity sounded like the Tails doll, because as we all know, dolls are the only things capable of starting fires. But I became paranoid once again. I decided to be a temporary paperboy to end my boredom after breakfast. Okay, hold on a second. So, first doll, then fire, then jump out of your seat. Now you have a job. You're a master of authoring, Richard. An hour later, though, all the papers were delivered, and the days after were quite casual with no school. As I checked the mailbox for letters from my classmates, because this story took place in the 50s apparently, I stumbled upon a yellow envelope, which is quite unusual. I never get mail. I ripped it open with curiosity, and it was from your secret killer. Aw, your first crush? It read, "My dear friend, I know where you live. I will not kill you friends, but burns their homes instead, for even more suffering. Will you play with me?" Yeah, that sounds like love. But I ran to the nearest trash can and threw it away, and I attempted to clear my mind. Yeah, just throw away your problems. That'll stop fires. Late that night, several fire trucks came to several houses, and I realized that the letter was actually telling the truth for once, as opposed to all those other letters that lied to me. School reopened the next day, and what happened last night made it to Fox News. Jesus Christ. As I entered the classroom, when I came to school, everybody was paranoid, just like me. And when school was over, as I walked home, I found a paper saying, "I will see you, Richard, on the sidewalk." Then, I believed this Tails doll was actually real. Lee fake is what I'm thinking, but I ran as fast as I can. When I stopped, I saw fresh blood. I typoed there for a second. The story's doing it so much, I just couldn't help myself. But I saw fresh blood dripping down a storm drain. I suddenly became sick and disgusted by this horrific sight. I ran home even faster and was inside my home. Okay. And I locked the door tight. Something was poking me, so I turned around. Nothing was there. Thanks for wasting my time. I ran upstairs to my room, though. The door locked for no reason. Nothing was inside, except for the U, that is. But the lights were out for no reason, and I heard loud footsteps coming from the stairs. A red light appeared. The lights turned on. It was the Tails doll. It told me in a demonic voice, "I will show you the error of your ways. Here, give me that copy of Sonic R. I'm gonna throw it away." But it took out a knife, but turned around and floated outside. Because it's a doll and it can float, obviously. I closed my eyes in horror as it was killing innocent people. That escalated kind of quickly, but it came back saying, "Are you happy knowing you can feel the sunshine?" Which doesn't really make sense in this context, but can you feel it? It got a huge machete and was ready to kill me as well. I locked the door and dropped down from the window. With luck, I landed on the ground, as opposed to falling into a bottomless pit outside my house. I was lucky. The Tails doll was furiously slashing at my door. A piece of the door flew out the window. Next sentence. And, the doll's dark eyes were glaring at me. It threw the knife and it almost hit me. It found a chainsaw. Hey, maybe we shouldn't keep all these dangerous weapons around the house, especially the chainsaw and the machete. You don't even really need to own a machete, realistically. Just a thought. But it told me it was doing a sacrifice. Well, Richard, some of these things have to happen sometimes. But I jumped through numerous fences, breaking the forces of matter. But it was too fast, and it has a slight cut from the chainsaw, dripping with blood. I ran from an alley and faced straight toward, trying to slice me in two. The structure of this sentence is falling apart, but before it was going to kill me, I found a wooden cross. Convenient, I know. I found a wooden cross, though, and shoved it in front of him. He burned like it was a bomb and exploded, which is not how dolls work. I limped my way back home with the chainsaw. That's important. Gotta bring the chainsaw home. And told my siblings an unbelievable story, which I assume they wouldn't believe, and then your parents would lock your ass up. But that was a close encounter with the Tails doll. It was pretty stupid, wasn't it? Remember though, you can avoid stupid situations like this by simply not playing Sonic R, which isn't that hard to do, surprisingly. So get out there and don't play Sonic R if you have the opportunity. Problem solved. This has been Bullshit Creepypasta Storytime, and thank you for watching. Welcome back to End Slate, now brought to you with a pop filter that may or may not be making my mic sound less grating than it was before. To those 2 or 3 people who kept complaining in the comment section that my mic was shit. But hey, welcome back to End Slate. You just watched a Bullshit Creepypasta Storytime on A Close Encounter with the Tails doll, and it was stupid. and now we're gonna do End Slate. Now, I've been trying to speed up the process of End Slate. I'm obviously not doing a very good job of it right now because I'm talking about nothing. But I'll recommend the last video I did on this channel, which was a gaming mysteries on Thrill Kill. Yeah, and then there will be some other video right next to it. Probably the other video I did this month. That was a bullshit Creepypasta Storytime on, I don't remember, but YouTube demonetized both those videos, so there you go. I got social media at the bottom of the screen. Nico does as well. I don't know what happened to Nico. I haven't heard from him for forever. And I also have a Patreon. Patreon is one of the reasons I have this fucking pop filter. Thanks to patrons like you. Yeah, thank you. I love all you. And I'm going to love all you in the most loving way possible, which is to thank you verbally, which will make this a long End Slate. I know, but, you know, if you want to help, you know, check it out if you want. I'm gonna say thank you now. I love you. So much love and thank you go out to Snooper, Blinker002, John Cohen, Kalinda Brooks, Boltron, Lily Starflame, Ben Shaw, Mr. Mohawk, Nikki Batelli, Moose Man, that's a good name, Michael Holder II, Daniel Howell, Ragnar the Green, hi Ragnar, Airman, Jose, Kurai, Amy Strange, Stop Tio, Kim Ellis, Brian, JJ Summers, Nikki Layman. There's 2 flies flying around. Those aren't patrons. I'm sorry, I got distracted. Sally from 3 Ice Cube Show, D-Man's Land. D-Man, can you believe these fucking flies? Sick of them. It needs to get cold now. Thank you, Jacob Sifford, Skyward Keyblade. Thank you, Short Attention Span. That's me. Thank you, Nolan. Thank you, Christina, Andrew Arana, Aaron Brewington, Crunchy Face, Fernando Silva, Rodrigo Derez, Beautiful Yoshi, Nat, Kitsune Noel, Brendan Wilbanks, Lennon Walrus. I almost said waifu. Pokematatic? Pokematatic? Pokematatic, yeah. Say it 3 times, he appears in my room. Link the 8th? Or is it Link VIII? It's one of those. The guy in the store. Thank you, Toucan Nobi, Matthew Newitt, Hannah B, Kyle Nicholas, Jameson Wiley. Oh, Wiley. Wait a minute. We get a new Mega Man game, Jameson? Let me know if you know, please. Thank you, D-Lissy. Thank you, Diego A. Lopez, Dale Savage, Friend Carrick. Okay, thank you, Friend Carrick. Thank you, Alex Dixon, Patrick Palicios. God, did I say that right in the first try? I'll give myself a gold star. Thank you, Johnny Von Tugen. Thank you, Des Max. Thank you, Gamer2. Then I screw it up. Thank you, Chrome Party. Rebecca Twixbury. Ron Paul Hoare. I remembered. Darth Penguin, Mark Ryan, Harmonia, Mitchell Shore, Brandon Alexander Cohen, Abdul Kareem Torres, Stebola, The Wheels on the Bus Go Die Die Die, Erlen Mattis Rees, A.O. Breezy, Beatsy Ray, Greg Wolf, Mr. Bowler, Robert, Brendan McKinnon, Sergio, Diego Martinez, M. Gamers, Mio Kuroshima, Jay Steria, Escape Route British, Roy O'Carroll, Kempachi Ramasama, Anthony Mang, Squiggly Kip, Fat D! Sorry, I can't help but put emphasis on the fat D, because it's so fat D. Eric Camacho, thank you. Jonathan Klaus, Nemesis, oh, no, that's someone who got declined a long time ago. Never mind. Pretend I didn't say that. But thank you, Ryan Cole, Jacob Epler, Yuriofwind is special. Aw. Short bus. And thank you, Problematic. And thank you, everyone. It's because of your support that I'm able to put more work and focus more of my time into videos when I'm not taking care of my family. It's allowing me to take care of my family as well. So thank you all from the bottom of my heart. If you want to support as well, a link is in the description. Obviously, I don't force it on you because you never hear me talk about this stuff. Well, except at the end of videos. But, yeah. I love all of you. And that's the end of End Slate. I hope you enjoyed the video and this End Slate, assuming you're still listening. Also, some people have been asking what song have I been playing at the end of End Slate while I read the names. It's called, I believe that it's called Flower Moon Love, or something like that. It's the ending theme to Shadow Heart's Covenant for the PlayStation 2. Very nice song. But yeah, thank you all for watching the video. I'll see you all in November when more videos are coming out. And oh god, we're up to 7 minutes. Someone's gonna get real mad. See you next time on End Slate.